2D singing, before I got the Cuban singer Ibrahim Ferrer in to do a proper turn. Anyway, this is me, Murdoc Nichols, hosting another Gorillaz Star radio show here for you tonight. And also, I'm here to announce we've just released our singles collection. What a catch, eh, kids? Kiddie Winkles. And what with Christmas coming up, too, what better than to ask Santa to stick a copy of that right inside your stocking? It's got a whole bunch of Gorillaz stuff on it, spanning the first, the last, and every decade of our existence so far. All the hits, love, all the hits. Clint Eastwood, Dare, Rock the House, Feel Good Inc., Edelweiss, the other one, Donkomatic, loads of goodies. It's probably the best collection of songs ever released on a single format. If you know anywhere that still has a record shop, I'd rush out and get yourself a copy. Or get it off iTunes or something. Or just press star twice on your keypad now, whatever. Anyway, that's enough self-promotion. Here's a lovely track. This is a singer called Lloyd Price with Stagger Lee. It's a great song about an illegal game of dice that went wrong somehow. And in it, Stagger Lee Shelton went and shot William Billy Lyons dead with his .44 pistol for mucking about with the dice. Goes like this. Hit it, Lloyd. So, I guess I need to let you know how we got off the Plastic Beach Island. So, after the island was blown up, myself and Noodle, the real Noodle, she turned up with Russell. God, he was enormous then. He's always been a big chap, but this was ridiculous. But he shrunk back to normal size pretty soon. Noodle ended up destroying my cyborg Noodle, the evil Noodle android I built myself. Remember her, the cyborg? She was a little Noodle robot replica I'd made out of the real Noodle's DNA that I'd scraped up from the El Mañana crash site. She was great for me for a while, until she went all wonky and tried to kill me and everything else. And our singer, 2D, he'd been with me on Plastic Beach the last couple of years. I gassed and kidnapped him back in 2009 and taken him over to the island to do the vocals on the Plastic Beach album. That was my masterpiece. My masterwork. It's funny that, how all that worked out, isn't it? Gorillaz. I think it was 2D who pointed out that each of the Gorillaz, me, Russell, Noodle and the other one, we each kind of released our own albums in the end. The first Gorillaz album, our debut record, was mainly Russell's joint, right? You know, lots of hip-hop, funk and Cuban and dub styles. Demon Days, right, came more from Noodle and her dark, doomy demos that she made and all her contemplations on the world in a place of night. Plastic Beach came out mainly from my own damaged head, all of my filthy exploits and global collaborations and legendary mashups recorded on the Plastic Beach Island in the middle of the ocean, all rum-sozzled and piratey. And then we got The Fall, 2D's little dinky tour diary opus we released online at the end of last year as a little Xmas prezi to you all. That was him just mucking about on an iPad, really, trying out some stuff, looking at America out the window and then tapping on the screen, a bit like Rain Man or something. So, right, each album got all of us on it somewhere, but each time it's more of one of us than the others, in a funny kind of way. I'm getting all nostalgic. My retinol must be wearing off. Right, time for another track. Here's the Buzzcocks from back when they were a band, not a TV show. This is from their own singles collection album, and this is Love You More. This Christmas, why not treat the whole family to something really special? Forget the computer games and oranges and the bags of pink whiz. Why not gather your loved ones round a nice, warm, cozy Gorillaz singles album? Something you can really crack nuts to. Gorillaz, rocking your Christmas bells since 2001. The Singles, available from all good record stores now. Ho, ho, ho. I think I may be getting ahead of myself now. I think maybe we should start way back at the beginning. So, Gorillaz are 10 years old, and what a decade it's been. Amazing. It's like staggering down memory lane, this. Oh, the adventures I've had. So, shall we have a look at our best bits, yeah? See if it sparks off any recollections in your own domes. Here's where it all started, with Tomorrow Comes Today. And if you listen closely, I think you might just be able to hear the sound of a crow being sick in the background. Fascinating stuff. Here's Tomorrow Comes Today by me, Gorillaz. That was our opening gambit there, back in 2001. Tomorrow Comes Today, our first single. And you know, what we were saying is, you know, it was our calling card. Gorillaz were combining the urban imagery, the breakbeats, the low, ominous moans with a Morricone melodica line and the Wild West whistling. You get something that sounds like a Wild West London soundtrack. Underneath all the concrete of West London is probably just a desert anyway. Well, that's how I always felt about it all anyhow. Just concrete and cowboys around that way. It's a living paradise. So, where were we? Oh yeah, looking back over the fabulous career of Gorillaz. We followed that one, Tomorrow Comes Today, with a miniature-sized melody track called Clint Eastwood. And that was the big giant leap for us and mankind, wasn't it? Turned everything round, really. It's funny, we played Clint Eastwood live at the Brits when we were nominated for 6 Brits. Nominated for 6 Brit Awards and we won none of them! None! Still, 6 nominations, not bad. I knew we'd made it then. Before then, you know, I was kind of thinking of jacking it all in and becoming a music manager. In fact, I had an idea to put together a kind of virtual animated band and thought, that's an idea that could really fly. But then Gorillaz kicked off and then I thought, let's ride this out for a few years and see what happens. And the rest is history. Clint Eastwood, our breakthrough single, and that track's still a monster. It's actually like a big clean inky canvas for rappers of all sizes to come paint their inky-dink rhymes onto. That one's had raps by Del the Ghost Rapper, Cyan Life from Five Life Cypher, Tiny Tempers had a crack at it, Snoop Dogg at Glastonbury, Bash and Kano did a version, and Azam Jawad threw his set into the mix most recently in Syria, in Damascus, at the show we did at the Citadel. It's a truly continental cut, is that Clint Eastwood song, a frequent flyer. Actually, let me have a quick look here in my bag. I think I might have a couple of copies of that version live from Syria. Oh yeah, here it is. Clint Eastwood by me, Gorillaz, in Syria. Very special. This is a live recording from our legendary concert that we played over there last summer. Live at the Citadel in the ancient city of Damascus. Good stuff, little man. We're the first big Western band to play over there, apparently. Well, I never. Here's Clint Eastwood, the song, not the actor. Hang on, is that the door? That's some doorbell, isn't it? No one there. Strange. Right, back to Gorillaz. Where were we? Oh yeah, so the singles are flying out the shops. Clint Eastwood sold, I think, 7 billion copies. We're selling bucket loads. The world is drooling, literally going crazy for our sweet, snazzy, dubby sound. But, no one's seen us live. We had to hit the stage to complete the deal, you know. Get up close and personal. Let them witness the sound of 60,000 decibels of animated sound going straight into their lung holes. Big stuff. So, our first live concert as a band was at the Scala Theatre in King's Cross in London. Great gig. Seismic. Actually, Mick, as we didn't actually have Mick Jones in the band then. Yeah. Anyway, we opened with this one. I held back for a verse, right? I just kind of stared the audience down, my eyes glinting like, and then pulled the ripcord, revved up my bass, took the foot off the pedal and let rip. The sound was immense. Immense! The first 6 rows, all their clothes flew off. It was that loud. First 6 rows, completely naked. Some guy's wig flew right out of the building. Very dramatic. This is M1A1 by Gorillaz, my band. If you don't mind, I've told this so many times, the story. I'll just do it in a German accent, if that's okay. Makes me feel better.
So, once I realized, as I suspected all along, just for the fantastic group we were, that we were live, I thought, right, let's ship these Gorillaz-shaped calls over to New York. And sell this band big, stateside. Our first US tour was around February, March 2002. And we blew into New York like a big daddy hurricane.
Wow. I actually remember that. We just recorded this track with D12, right, previous year over at Kong Studios. It was just after the attacks on the Twin Towers. All the airports were closed and no planes were leaving. So D12 got stuck in the UK and ended up at Kong Studios. That's when we put this track together with Gorillaz, D12, and also Terry Hall, the head honcho of the Specials. So right now, kids, I've got a very special treat for all of you Gorillaz fans out there. This is Gorillaz live in New York from 2002, with D12 and Terry all blasting out our 9/11 track in the Hammerstein Ballroom, New York City. Back in 2002. Here it is, folks. Check it out.